So we're getting to the end of this unit. Just hang on a little longer. Now we're at the point where I'm just giving you an equation, and it's got some ugly stuff in it, and I'm saying just draw it. So we're still going to go in steps, thinking through what's happening in this function. And what I want you to always do, if you see something that looks like this right here, that negative x minus 3, I want you to remember to factor out the negative sign so that you show, using an equation, that the reflection is happening on both the x and the shift. And here's what I mean by that. I'm going to rewrite this as negative 1/2 square root of negative x plus 3, and then there's a plus 3 over here. Okay, that's the equation that I'm talking about. And now you can see this is a shift to the left, not a shift to the right, like it might have looked like over here if you didn't look too closely. Okay, so let's talk about this equation and how to graph it. And when I graph things, I generally think in terms of what's happening. We've got, let's see, we've got a vertical reflection. I've got a horizontal reflection. Okay, see those two negative signs? I've got, what else? I've got a vertical compression by a factor of 1/2. And there are two shifts going on. There is a vertical shift up by 3, and there is a horizontal shift. Since we factored out that negative sign, we know that this horizontal shift is really going left by 3. Okay? And now you just have to draw it. And remember, it's always important to do your shifts last, but I think sometimes it's easier to draw it if you draw your shifts first. I know that this square root function is going to look something like that, right? That's what square roots look like. So I'm going to start just drawing it with the shifts first. And bear with me, I'm kind of cheating a little bit when I do that. Up 3, left 3. Okay, so there's where my square root is starting. That's where you would mark your first dot on the graph. And now as soon as you mark a second dot on the graph, it will complete the square root function for you. So choose wisely where you put it. Let's see, we go, I think the easiest way to do this now is just to ask, first of all, which direction should this square root be going in, right? If there were no reflections, it would just go like that. But because we have horizontal and vertical reflections, we know it's going to be going something like this. Okay. Now, how much does it actually go down? That comes down to this, this vertical squish factor, the compression right here. Okay, 1/2. Normally, I would go down 1 over 1. Okay, so, didn't mean to do that. There we go. I would go down 1 over 1, and then I would draw my square root function using that. But because this is a factor of 1/2, what I really need to do is think about going down 1 over 1/2, or sorry, down 1/2 over 1, right? It's going to be a much flatter, squished square root function like this. But because you cannot use integer, you can't use fraction values on this grid. This grid is set up so you can only use integers. We're going to have to find different grid points. And I know it's a little inconvenient, but in the long run, it really is better. So I'm going to talk about going down to and over 4, right? That's what a square root does. But in this case, because it is a half square root, it's only going to go down 1 and over 1 like that. And this is going to be the location of my next point. So I can get rid of those little lines that were helping me think through this, and the computer will make something like that appear for you.